So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can get spouse visa for Germany. Stay tuned. If you have been wishing to bring your wife, your spouse all over the country to Germany, this video is for you. Do not skip it, watch it to the end. So there are basic documents that you need for this process, which I am going to be listing here. And before you can do this, you have to make sure that your documents are in place. That is, you have gathered all the required documents. After watching this video, you will know the necessary document that you need for this process. Then you have to gather them, put them together before you can apply for spouse visa to Germany. So the number one thing you need is your passport. And I will say this because everything I'm going to be saying here is based on my experience. I have experienced it. I came here through that process. To make work easy for you, listen to my experience, then it will be easy for you, easy and faster for you. So the first thing is to get your passport, and I will advise you, if both of you have agreed to get married or you have been married traditionally, you know what they require for German spouse family reunion visa is your court marriage. So if you have been married traditionally, so before you bring your passport or before you get your passport, I will advise you to put your spouse surname in your passport. If you want to answer your spouse surname, it is better when you are going to get the passport, write his or her name there at the same time. Instead of after getting married, you have to go back to make change of name, and this will require a lot of process and it will take a lot of time. So the best thing you could do for yourself in order to save time and save stress is for you to put the name that you wish to be known or you wish to bear in that passport the same time you are getting the passport, so that you avoid the process, the stress of going to make change of name in your passport again. The second thing is application form signed. In this application form, to also avoid stress, you need to fill it very well, very correctly. Make sure that you do not complicate anything in the form, because if you do, it will also take you a long process to retrieve or to correct, and it can even lead to the denials of your visa. Another one is cover letter, and this cover letter is from your spouse, that is the person bringing how long have he lived in Germany. If he is a German citizen, he needs to bring the cover letter to show that he is the one inviting you, and this is very, very important. So he needs to bring the cover letter so that it could be used to process. If it is in the cover letter, they will know if the person that is inviting you want it, or is there things he needs to do before bringing you. Because some people, they may be living in one-room apartment, and the government will say, okay, if you want to bring your spouse, you need to look for 2 rooms apartment. If he's not doing a good work that will sustain both of you, they will tell him or her, okay, you need to look for a better work to be sustaining both of you. So the cover letter is very, very important to know the identity of the person that is inviting you, and also the stance of that person in. Another one is marriage certificate. You know, before you bring your spouse here, it is assumed or believed that both of you are married. So you have to provide the marriage certificate, and this marriage certificate, you have to translate it in Dutch. Yes, because during my own process, it was written in English, but I need to go and translate it to Dutch before they could accept it. So, and I think it is better also, before you can do your traditional marriage or whatsoever, it is better for you to do your court wedding. Yeah, it is better for you to do your court wedding to get the paper ready so that after everything it will be easy for you to apply. So another thing that is very important, this one, they don't joke with it. Yes, they don't play with this one, is your birth certificate. You need to get your birth certificate. Even when you claim that you don't have the other ones, you see marriage certificate, you see birth certificates, they need it. And if there is any contradiction in it, it can deny you of your visa. Because I remember during my own period, I think there was a mistake in the, I think I wrote something, I didn't write this thing clearly. I didn't write something there clearly, and they couldn't see if it is 1 or 2. So they need to send my document back to me. They said, we don't understand this. Can you go to your birth registrar to get the original birth certificate? And all these things is taking time. It's not because I'm saying it. When they say you should go and do this, you go and get it immediately. No, even in the registrar office, it takes a lot of days before they could answer you. So I have to go back there to change it. So in your birth certificate or any form you are filling that contains your date of birth, you need to be extremely careful about it. Write it clear so that it can be readable, and let all the date of birth in your certificate match. Do not write those dates here. You go to the other side and write a different date. You are making the situation worse. So the best way to avoid this is for you, if you don't have your birth certificate. I know many people, especially people that are coming from Africa, some of us, when we are born, there is nothing like birth registrar, so you cannot authenticate the date that you are born. If you are a Catholic, that is one thing I like about Catholic. Once you come into this world, they will baptize you. During the baptism, your date of birth will be there. But some people that are not Catholic, their births have not been registered. They find it difficult to do. So the best thing you could do is for you to go to birth register and get authentic birth certificate so that it will not be questioned. Or so the next one that they also ask and they consider also very important is your higher qualification. I think the reason why they ask for this is just to validate your date of birth. You know, many parents, they think that what it's written in your birth certificate is not, I think it's not true. It's not true. So for them to be satisfied or to validate your birth certificate, the only thing they could do is to ask you to provide your higher qualification, starting from your primary education up to the level you stopped at. Experience it. The period they couldn't see what I was writing in date of birth, so they need to send a lawyer to investigate. Yes, this is another process. Like, I came from Nigeria to this place, so after I submitted my requirements, that is all these things that I listed above, so they sent me a letter and said I should go and do spinsterhood. I didn't do it. They said I should go to the court and swear an affidavit of a spinsterhood, that I was so person before I got married to so person, of which I did. After that, they sent a lawyer to me, to my house, to my brothers, to my parents, to go and investigate. You know, that day I was about having shower and I received a phone call. I said, "Who is this?" He said, "I am a lawyer from German embassy, that the German sent me to you. You apply for German reunion visa. I am coming to your house so day." He wanted to go to 2 of my brothers' houses to go and question them or interview them about me. He said, okay, since both of them are living in the same city, that I should inform them to come to one person's house so that they would meet there. So I called my brothers and said, he said he will be coming on so days. Please, could you come here on that day so that he will interview you? So my brothers came and he interviewed them if you hear questions, if you hear questions, you will run. So after that, I was thinking that everything ends there. It didn't end. After like a week later, I received another phone call that I should inform my parents that they will be coming to my parents to interview them. I was like, wow, what is all this? So I don't have option than to call my parents and say, hello mom, the lawyer from German embassy said they will be coming to you to ask you some questions about me to find out if actually you are my mother. So my mother said, okay, there's no problem. If there's any information they need, I can give it to them. So he went to my parents also. He interviewed them. It did not stop there. He also went to the place I had my primary education, secondary education, higher university education. He went to all this place. You know what? Any document you submit to them, they are going to investigate it. They are going to investigate it thoroughly to know if it is valid or not. So that was what happens to me. So after the investigation, the lawyer called me back and said, okay, finish with my investigation. I have to submit what I saw to them. I said, okay, no problem. So the lawyer submitted everything because they have been waiting for him to finish his investigation. So when after like 2 weeks, the embassy have to write me again and said there was a particular document they said I should bring. It was very, very stressful. And this document, I was living in another city. The place I supposed to get this document is very far from where I was living. I nearly had an accident traveling to that city to get the document. I went and got it, then I submitted it to them, and it took like, I think, a month before they wrote me that I should come and take my visa. But believe me, within this period, it was just like a hell. You need to do a whole lot of work for this to come to actualization. But I want to promise you this: if your documents are complete, if your documents are genuine, if your spouse, that is the person that is inviting you or bringing you, is living very well in Germany, doing a very good work, you don't have problem. Like mine, my husband was doing very well. He doesn't have any problem. In fact, immediately I satisfied them with mine. They called him and said, you need to bring so documents with immediate effect. And he brought when they approved my visa. So, but I want to tell you that all these things I said, it's not difficult when you organize yourself very well. When you bring them and they match, they correspond, and they are genuine, they are going to give you your visa. Germans, they are very, very careful when it comes to document. They want to make sure that whatever you tell them in that document is the truth. Yes, I forgot. The day you will be submitting those documents, they are going to interview you, but they won't tell you. They will tell you it's a submission, but when you get there, they will ask you questions. Yes, questions. So I already know people that have gone there have already told me that they are going to interview you. So I was ready and prepared for them. So when I got there, they asked me, the first thing he asked me, where is your family photo? You know, when she said family, no, I don't have the family photo. So later I found out that my photo, that is picture of our wedding, was there. So I gave it to her. She was like, I thought you said you don't have the family photo. I said that was a mistake. So they were asking me, where is your mom's photo, your mom and dad photo? I said, my mother is not the person coming here. I'm the one. Why should I have their pictures? So she skipped a series of questions. She interviewed me a bit in German, and she was like, wie heißen Sie? I said, mein Name ist Linda Chukwueze. Woher kommen Sie? Ich komme aus Nigeria. Wo wohnen Sie? Ich wohne in Lagos. Wo wohnen Ihren Mann? My man wohnt in Stuttgart. So after all these questions, so the last one, she was like, wie alt bist du? And you know, to understand their intonation is very difficult for me. So she was like, wie alt bist du? I never knew she was asking me, how old are you? That is, I was like, ich heiße. She said, wie alt bist du? I was saying, ich heiße. She said it like 3 times, and she found out that maybe I didn't understand what she was saying. So she have to stop the question and ask me a different things. So these are the things that you need and the things that you'll be facing if you are planning to bring your spouse to Germany. I hope you find this video useful. If you do not hesitate to subscribe to this channel, to give this video a thumbs up, to share this video, and leave your genuine comment down below so that I will know what you think about this video. Stay tuned until we meet again in my next video. Bye bye.